KRYSTOS of the twin flame is what we are talking about. Those who designed the system to keep us locked on earth for eternity know there are multiple ways for us to liberate ourselves. Unfortunately, religion is not part of any of the ways of liberation. Not because it is bad, but mainly because it presents an external father god of worship that misleads humans from attaining their ascension. Now, today we are going to talk about one of the natural ways of ascension that requires not effort and no effort. Twin flame ascending. So abusia and Maame Grace o say oba be kasa about twin flame ni soulmate. Sa asem we won asem kese a nipa kasa na akwaya te say obi kunu na say wo je ne force because oye wo twin flame and oye wo soulmate. So wo say oba kasa asem we a na wan hwe ni ya wo kon justify obi a wanya 16 years a wako repeat akola 1 year. Because when you get into this thing spiritually, that is the meaning and for everyday. And then I want us to take our time. Na ya babe ko twin flame ni soulmate in sama nimu. Baby I made obe kono makacho the spiritual aspect of it. And then your topic is KRYSTOS of the twin flame. Abusia me mankrankrabia achi e mankrankrabia akwaba at the time with Maame Grace Jumedie kase so enen so kwesi ada ebiom migidie ene maho keka nyina e kire me se won so wa ho keka ekwa animu na odonfo na da roma e nyina eti asentechere mada abodjumu na emoja so edi yemu afru sane anopa me mankrankrabia akwaba biom e de ba another beautiful episode. So when they say twin flame and I say soulmate, say na ya yankasa yeti ase. So obi ka say twin flame and na kire say e ya ware na the other day me ka kire mu so obi enyi obi ekunu. Because obi enyi obi ekunu no na ma ni bi ani anje me ho na omuti ate. Say Maame Grace e ka say obi enyi obi ekunu. Na me ka kire mu say oba bi wo ho no ma oni oba ma bi te ho. Na say oba ma no kofa oba wo nchen a obetumi ewu. Me ka ye no so me hu say nipa bebre entimi ante ase. Hwe this para universe no eniama ewom no edoso enti di anka betumi aye pene sa de baako e na wo pese wo ka ho asema na wo pese wo ka e kire edoma na sese wutumi ti eto obo ase na wo delve into it na wutumi ma enipa no accurate information because half knowledge is dangerous na ignorance there e treacherous like say bibia wo pese wo ye bia no wo hu se wan kasa wo ye sound in your head and your heart is not sick afeso so wato obo na wahwehwe ade na wo pese wo kanimu na wa ba beka enti the way I get it twin flame asem oh we ye mi soulmate o enti wa ware dada kora na se ugya na wo ko soulmate enti se wo soulmate na se ya wo ne nde a na wo wanya 60 years it doesn't mean say nye wo soulmate we've been here for millions of ages enti enne no ye ba be ka twin flame ho asem ye be get into the spiritual aspect of it. Mema wakwa ababiom on this platform. I'm the prettiest preacher. You can call me Maame Grace. Me onu aba afefe wo sempakani ene wo somfo. Mema akwaba at the bad time with Maame Grace Jumedie isubio. Okay. Enti endano me boss n'enim anya fe. Omo ato iPad amame, omo ato yi teleprompter amame, me si mi paper na me pe. Enti and me boss Jojo n'enim anya fe. Atotwe no mutan paperless paper run e dey ko e bedru ba bi ne e behwe ne e beye about it. We know how strong the emotions of love feel. A woman who finds true love can do anything. When you find someone that you call a soulmate, the understanding is personal, but we don't know the spirituality involved. So bisu ehu obi no odona aye nya asam ketuwa. Sometimes when I see the young ones, na me catch them in money say mo boys no mo class ni nyina mo ya me driver so all level 100 boy na no aba level 100 no ye wo driver no ye wo worker ukunu no wo level 300 ho ana ahin 400 wo ana 600 mama mbu ya ka ho omo say ends at 400 mama mbu so wo level 600 wo say ho na ukunu wo enti me catch me man say don't waste your time with the boys around you. They are not your husbands. But when we talk of twin flames ana aware institutions are, I want to say this emphatically that archons no any archangels, they are the same people. Don't get confused about it. We decided not to treat the archons into the archangels because we didn't want to step on any toes. But all those downloads are there. We can talk about it any day, one day. They are the same people. Omo regulating all these kind of things. No, they edemaye. And God willing. Se wo ho no ma try se obeka spiritual hour na wo behu eniyama omo de yen afem ansa na ya bedu ha as nipa titiri black people. And when we talk about this twin flame thing no ne soulmate ni ade na, it's not about your marriage. Eye enkrofo mako na omo nya advantage e dey share omo twin flame because nipa bi to me koba san because of that. So obaba benya ni twin flame no ne nabom na ndemama wahu the purpose of twin flame eni ne enti a obi ya hwe se ensi ana ebinum hwe se ensi pepesa ote ase se enye obi ya na obehia ni twin flame mama ye no clear e de amount se wodo obi a na wo hu nyina ye wo de on ba ya on text wa na ye wo se ade na they on text me any say no wo hu aye wo de but with twin flame ana the love we have now and the feelings the emotions na ye what see ano is it genuine and also say ye create e de amaye ho. The love for twin flames is so deep that you see them fighting every time but they are still happy together. What causes this to happen and what's the expected outcome? The bia what na compound house da ebi mu oni ni kunu be ko saa bisa se na grofo ya den awade ni so mu njaye o omu ko prepra omo ho na omu da so a ete ho den na omu cancel ye twin flame ana ye beto ye bu na ye wurem baako. Now before you are born, your master spirit descends from a higher essence into a lower dimension. Oni pe bia ya wo no ye nya wo pa ye lower wo vibrations no. You lower vibrations ne de down adentia say we lower vibrations no na wetimi abe enter into this mechanism na we create and na we build e wo maame yem na obewo no na because you lowered your vibration ninti no na ubi bia ahwere wa wura fi bibia fe na wo benyin na wasa raise sa consciousness na we raise sa vibrations no na wetimi abe ye bibi enti se twin flame no me ye with twin flame obi be chiro comment section dey me ye ni twin flame o male o boa enti se me ye with twin flame aye betumi edi akone aba se wahu eno na me pese ye nyina yete ase e wa ha say enti no we descend and drop the consciousness and the vibrations no na ya benyi ye nyinya ne ye wura fi ye twin flame na ye master spirit no e de na ma ya na ye nenam no na ye wura abefi enti ye nhia ye di empa ho. It takes a higher consciousness to locate this twin flame. What you say? Into so be say, oh, where do me kunu am ni fi asamado? How sure are you? Now, obey den kra no wahu say sa twin flame yi eyampa na so say nyampa. Into twin flame no, ye reduce wo, e na waba asase so nti ubenyini no nipa na oye wo twin flame no we lose no. Inti ebeye den na mubeshia na hu hia se mubeshia na purpose nti a mubeshia na ye den. Your master spirit doesn't have gender because where it resides no there is nothing like that. We na ye bigger problem. KRYSTOS say Nyankopon ye he reigns, yes he reigns, he reigns, yes he reigns. Omadane obade no Onyankopon omadane no obema but spirit be eni ho a onim gender. Gender only manifests when we take this kind of mechanism and I said this avatar no and no na ye take here na so nankasa a splitting ho wahu splitting no ho ye was something you call closed and open. Now was splitting no ho. So nya splitting no ho a or back. No eno ne friend open. Oba aha no ma na wa befa gender no we anyway or person ne migrate and on ne mbo mpu and on ne cross so they can ascend together. And nothing as spiritually. There is nothing like or you red or you black or you blue or you green. We are formless. Some people ask me, say, Maame Grace, say you are you just hit back to the origin. You are formless. You are just a particle. I had to say eja aso. Na ye de aba ebubom. Se wo so ban fire now the aba bubom. Abo say particles na etete no. It goes back to eja no. Enti wo ni baabi a wo kọ. Wo be go back to your origin. We are formless. The ye ni dan, ye ni like we have nothing. Sa nyama we na person yete ase. Last week you know, someone sent me a message about the full moon thing na ye no hwe. Addition wahu edoso. Just take your time because show mo say osrane ene awia no e wo soro wo se de ye hwe soro ho a ye hu no hwe se awia ne bofi soro ho a hwe se de ye hye ye wasase so enti se awia na ebo na e hye ye wasase so nka da soro ho se de wo de wani hu na adenti na nka wo fu plane na wo kosoro a ka be hye wo mo but when you are in a plane am amotu kwan na you can testify wo fu plane na wo kosoro pe wo bon se ho na ye nwunyu nti se wia ne da ho na ehye yen wa ha de na wuduru ho a ka ho nye hye mo wuduru ho na wuwure mu ko hu se awia ne bo ho ana osrane ni egu ho e wasase ni mu e na ye te se projectors e na e project the good screen so wo soro ho e na wo hye we ye common knowledge a wo betumi ahye but na ebinom se e na awia no na we hwe ni ama wo wiase dooso eye wo na obeye wadun so obesua anase wunsua. So and then no yakasa about KRYSTOS of the twin flame and no and your topic no. Your master spirit doesn't have gender because where it resides there is nothing like that. The master spirit exists in harmony with itself and with the source creator's energy. Intino obi si ohun nyankopon no your bema. You a liar. Stop that. You a liar. Who nyankopon so your bema say? How? Nyankopon your bema spirituality in the realms of the spirit, you know. There's nothing like oba, there's nothing like obema. Into my research. That is why religion can never help you because it gives gender to the creator. And no makano. You can never say nyankopon your oba na so your bema. Or you're formless. So how did he become a man or a woman? Ntina sa ehọ no pe na be ma spiritual religion into me emboa wo ma wo ascend eno de maka de opese wo ye bia timi ye. It means that entity is not in the realms of the true creator. The true creator exists in a genderless realm. Baby obi enye oba obi enye obema ehọ na obo ade na the supreme being no ote. There is no he and she in that higher realm. He or she exists in our lower realm. Ahape ena yenim oba ena yenim obema ena yenim die ena yenim die. In the realms of the spirit there is nothing like that. Enim se nkrofo obeye we nyankopon mo ye sure se nyankopon yo obema mo hu ne da ade amusi obi entumi mfa na nimpo hu na ote ase enso Andrea bishop bi so wakọ heaven akodi 4 days Ghana. Hey, Arahu Sembeni. He or she exists in our lower realm. So all he and she gods are just tricking us into believing they are the creator source of energy. Aha, say ye to me sia sa de we ya. Obi eni wo be ka kire se kofre bofo kofre we no wako. Say nyankopon they are no nyankopon you're formless or you're genderless or obiampo hu no da. So obe hu na eye de ati umu na watumi a differentiate de ne wo kasa ene ne ati umu. Enti mama wate ase o abusua onyankopon obo ade onte soro onye be ma enu ti that is number 1 problem I may have here. Ewo Christendom ni mu. say wo ka se Nyankopon obo ade no e your bema. It's a big error. It's a huge error. Because before ye be wie no mekire bibi mama obi ate ase. Hwe creator no ana obo ade no otini hunamu asumdue mu. Na Bible kura ama this mystery ni kakra bi wo Bible no mu, but ade na mean to me hu. Say de na ekoso. Bible say Onyankopon bo Adam tie ni ye o. O say Onyankopon bo Adam. Say yampa say yampa. No train nso na mfepade no de bo Eve. Nti ehe na Eve wo. Na Eve eshen Adam mu. This should tell you that Nyankopon ye formless. Obi krasi Nyankopon ye man woman. No. Onyankopon or ye formless. It is only this plane na wo ba a mandatory say wo befa gender ediaba because we need negative and positive to ascend. And until na ye ba ye pro na ye free bibi close and open meto me bono ma kire honu mu ye pai mu na ye open na ye ba ya be ye close na ye tumi ascend. Until there is a saying po e wo Bible mu say embra owo no kodada Eve no odi aduaba no anyonkofa mienu ene eseye ewo Garden of Eden ni mu Adam ene Eve omu ni Nyankopon anyonkofa ne mu eteteye ena omu pam omu fi ho sa na Bible ne ka ena Adam and Eve so oni ni kunu no so confusion so ye den ebeda omu ntem because there was a betrayal there. All these things are mysteries, but how we understand this has become a bigger problem. Inti sena Adam Eve eti Adam mudia ene na mechira wo so Nyankopon ye formless oni gender obetumi eyi bibi afrim or de ba ha no we creating a negative and positive eyi na chese otumi ascension etimi take place. Let's move on. So because the master energy is one and want to move into a lower dimension where duality exists, the master energy divided itself into two genders to satisfy the law of duality and polarity. When we say universe nankasa e wone mra e de ye adwuma bibia ye mienu nti Onyankopon ye na dwene se obesi forma ba asase so no na esese oba saa law nim what you say ese o ma saa law no e ye adwuma e de mama nkan se ye ka to se Onyankopon bo nipa te se no ho a akwa bi say o maame no papa mpo untumi nye so omo. How can you be like God? You are pathetic maka. Enti Nyankopon ankasa de obade no or your principal God a ono so or the emra universe no e de ye adwuma no or de ye adwuma nti na oyi Eve e de free Adam trying to tell you that or your genderless, but ye kan we a na asem no aye pin so nti no Onyankopon obade bo ni wiase ponu odi mra so mo na mo frɛ ni Nyankopon odi mra so. I have talked about this in my editorial called The Basic Laws of the Consciousness in the Occultic World. Look for it on my channel and watch. Me treaty Saturday way dada. Nti ubetimi ahwe me channel no so topic ni na magba ma na watumi ahwe wo ho na wahwe ni yie. Afen sana Gaia fo adawroma muni aba so say ye adwuma wa ha. I continue. So after the master soul divides itself into male and female, it now throws itself into the lower dimension. The idea is this. Say obani be no obani split ne ho. Say the amachira wo no na oba wiase na okọ ni lower dimension na. De enti a nipa ye nwu nipa a wanyiya ne nan ne sen etwetwe aso no enu nie. Ese we go through the lower vibration no na wo beduru ha no ma wa ya akola no bibia eye wo so wura afi e wo ho. You just need to grow with the consciousness because you have to lower it so you are able to enter into this plane. So after the master soul divides itself no wa ye ketwa no watumi abaha nti aha e na oba or split ne ho nti onipa bia onam wiase bia e wo ne other side until you get that other side no you're complete. And then the Bible I capitalize what so say a man shall leave the man and your man be no believe him ne father's house. It is talking about twin flames so that ube to me close back na wa ascend akọ but ye reading the shallow na ye de aware akekere ye kon na yewu Obi beka senti wo patre say yenja ware. That's not the point. Before you be we no be hu ne me pese me kire. Go into the world in 2 bodies, male and female, and then connect to experience your master energy power from earth by becoming one. Almost say man shall live in the father and mother, no ma be bom, no ma be honam baako. We no moka. That is not about marriage. It is a mystery about the twin flame or the soulmate. Just so that when we say onyankopon ye a lot of doors, oba de no, or ye a lot of doors e de man nipa dasani said you obehu na chira kwan ehu ni original source na wa hate back but onipa dasani aye akata na ni akata na so akata na hwene akata na no akata baabia a blow of every opportunity ebema na send back to baby a ofri baye we na be problem amaye. I am teaching this secret because a lot of marriages are happening through the church. And until na me person me treat this topic way. Na their understanding of the scripture na uhu hono. And no na ya na a little bit for me because scripture way na mu use dia. Ade na ade ni fairly bebresa. Is anybody thinking deep? Also for nanka sakra or blessing marriage, you know, or so go through pains. A lot of men are dying, you know. A lot of men, no more dear no. Me wo message be me one day. Omo dear ni dear ya wo mni so your bema na usu kura ye besero. And no, they don't have the convincing abilities. And they are powerful. Omo convincing abilities. So ba oye koshini. One ne nante adue. Obetumi ama no wo tenant na ya ka where you work as in because they have a convincing spirit. Into oba so obe convince wadue anka Adam. Enyo no no mo de garden ni mu ja ne say yampa. Aden na Eve de ade ebebere ni say gini wedi editin. Emba wo convincing spirit. I will do that message one day. I'm teaching this topic because a lot of marriages are going on in the church. And a baby so egu. Na say yetimi di attention ba ho. So we be quote sa scripture we say oba ni be ma be free no ma be bo ma be ye honam ba kwa. It's talking about twin flame and ascension or it's talking about twin flame or soulmate and ascension. Say the nipa ebetimi asanya boom no wako. When you talk resurrection or salvation, you are talking about twin flame or soulmate. Now I explain. Metro me bo kakra na me ye ni nyina de abawiye. I continue. The pastors must decode the secret of earthly unions. Say yentumi and decode this idea we ya. Ebema ye purpose aye de wa asase so aye shallow na aye cheap. Inti these pastors must decode this secret of the earthly union to guide their church members to locate their twin flames instead of falling out and disconnecting from their oneness. Because actually marriage, you know, is not about obekwemi atediani ama medi anaso se bibio. It has a more spiritual grounds than we think. And it's a way so far men how ebi mu gather courage omoba. Then we give them some of whatever we can. I'm not saying I'm Jesus or I am the ultimate, but they see reasons with their ear cano. Unfortunately, no omoba no much no smash now omo they about because obibe share and member na yewe. Say no you set Wednesdays aside for all pastors for consultation because when you get these things, mona mo won crop for mona mo lead you and when e be boa omo nti ye pese ye mfa mamu kukuwam. Obi ehun say ye di bibia ma obi na wetumi di akoshe omo so because at the end of the day it is the soul we are looking for, not for them to come and worship anything. I've said this multiple times. We are not telling anybody to go and subscribe to anything. We are preaching yourself to you. That's why I keep screaming consciousness and liberation of yourself so you are able to liberate your content. The theory of twin flames of ascension that I am speaking about is my spiritual understanding. Medical culture be me betna na me no wonka me normal business matters. I am sharing spiritual knowledge with us so we are able to ascend to our origin. So you can call me if you are a pastor and lack in-depth knowledge of marriage and twin ascensions. I am open. Every Wednesday I sit down for pastors and some of them come to ask their questions, and I mean, be aje top up, it will be a honest say, be a consultant. Feel free and call. We are here to explain this to you. In fact, explaining this, I'm leaders now, and what the way I explaining no into the deeper dimension. Will be who near call the darker side, so that when you are putting people together, where the or more. Wo be hwem akwachi nya sa small book no ma atwera to wona mo de ye counseling no na emo mo be hwe we mu akwachire because aware na egu a no be manager asoro no ba manager asoro no sofo no so tene ba bi he doesn't care na say yetimi ye sa niama we a mo ankasa mpo eniama be ye easy ama mo enye efe no bi ade ne marital issues any ade ede bebrem we don't work on these things. Ye ni mu mpo se marriage na ankasa kra wo ne purpose e wo ne nhyehyɛ ye ni ngina so ba to inflame abehunu so that you are able to kick back here. Now why you're full, now why ascend easily. We don't know this. Some pastors feel intimidated coming to me, but no. Mama, we in your problem. I teach for your mind to open to multiple spiritual possibilities. That's what I'm doing here. Into opening me now be some asema. Papa bi oba office was into mala one madam you are simple day and I wanna water tally hu. What I doing there, media may ye so simple and so low. I don't know be whom me taxi me or say, I'm say, me life ya simple low. And ya maybe a Matias and then the man Tias in Tina Netisa. So all your soft na person who bopini me wa warrior someone. And yet a warrior ye tata dear near new be si dying, near new be wono. That is not the purpose of marriage. When you get closer, we are able to open up to you. The pastors, you are part of my target because you are the ones feeding the majority of the people with colonial religion and dogma. Well, this religious dogma na modern man crofo no. Enunti na monso so mu hia bi eye ebinum I'm making a move and they are talking to me and omu bisa na omu di niama ba na yato yebo na ye chechem say ye hu we ya ye be kill the vision of the supreme being na ye somade a sebe enye nunti ne ye wa ha we na me pese ye te ase. You hypnotize your congregation and they become your sheep. You manipulate and exploit the people. Changing your understanding of your call will mean helping all your members. We inti na ye kasa bebre no. We inti na ye kasa bebre no. The other day now, Mochirima ne ba show ni so no. Obeka say omu tumi beto full body no omu de akosho omu altar na enim ni ade na nkrofo bu afu say ye ntro na odifunu ko hye kwa na aye den ma menkyerɛ the reason nyama no bi wa ye mfa ye ho ye nka but say wo ye wadwen say wo de wo mpese ogishi dia na mati hu ani ma menkyerɛ asori bia nipa ni gum bebre omu nya hye ne ye nka asem bia nkyerɛ omu no mu di hia na omu gum obekwa akoton na ade no ni 2 cedis no na ode aba ono ahu se ba bia owo na mboa no ontumi so nkɔ eye funu no because tie onipa awawu onkasa onipa awawu ni sika da hɔ a ontumi mfa ne nsa emfa onipa awawu ontumi movie nti ye de saa de we ni hye hɔ a ye use saa nipa na awawu na ye de ahye hɔ no e de represent wo nti wo enta hɔ a you become like a dead body because eno na ye ne fapim wo nye dead body say wawu a wo da hɔ na emo wo di sika na ekɔ a wo ndwen ho wo ni dan so si dan ama wo sofo. Do you think this is normal? Eno one day ye be fa asem no ne yaka eno ti na bebre ti wo behu na sika na okwa asori se mi pon asori a me de be kwa akota ade before obeduru wo no wayi ni nyina obedu fie na nani aba ne ho so ontumi njai emboa no nso ontumi njai. This is the reason. That's not what we are talking about today, but one fine day bi ai aya omo de mi nti na ya mekeka we num ka meme nka ai ka meme nka na ka beba ne sen na wa wo ni obi start asori na asori na be kese ni wenye sika nyina na wote wo no de ne ba na ehede na wote enye business a nyame adwuma ka wo ne ne bre enye wo no be hand over amount enuti na associate pastor and they keep stealing the branches. They will steal till the kingdom come because when we say we do business our person we use one who ye plan man no ono so be ye plan amount. Tit for tat is not a cheat. Thief man, God laugh. Kwa. I continue. I know a lot of pastors and religious leaders watch my shows and no dey meaning papa because me start show ni no mo promote show ni. I know you people are watching me seriously. I am speaking for self-liberation, and that includes you, the leader of the faith. If you understand the essence of self-assassination, you will help more people, and that's my aim. At the moment, utumi hu said ya wa wo pagya wo hu from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. And also say hu said ya wo pagya wo hu from a lower consciousness to a higher consciousness. And you know the effect, the love, the joy, the peace that comes with it. You are able to help other people instead of using people. We enti ne ye kasa de bia na ye screamy na ye say to help more people attain self-realization away from religious principles and dogma. One of the biggest things you can do for mankind. Aden ena wo manipa entimi mpagya ne ho oba de na kasa pese opagya ne ho wo ne wo mba wo fie na wo pese wo di wo company show obi nsa wo de be hye de wo hwa otumi pagya ne ho wo mfa nche sebe de watena fa ko no move ne ho no aden ena ye wo se de oba de ne empese yen ye pagya ye ho. What twin flames are supposed to do? When we know these things, now we understand these things, we are able to teach the people in the church. We are able to take them through a kind of process before marriage, so that we say, we on to mean we we don't do these things. People are marrying people because of lust. They think it is love. No. There's a difference between lust and then love. It's a huge there's a huge difference. Enya de kro. Na we na yem pese ye behwe na yaka na leaders no na ye omo asede. Leaders no na ye omo asede. Na leader na nkasa kora na ware kora wantumi anso mo no wote hokora wo twemp na pretense. Obeda no wabesua we na wabeka, but oba oye opener ye open to teach them. If you want us to come to the church and teach them about this, we will still come. I sorry be omo ma TV station 1 year. Me baby o. Man frɛ omo afrɛ me na omo ma TV station no for 1 year. Mo de omo contract ni bibia ba ye. Na mbi so omo say, "Hey, mo ahwehwe oni da. Revelations, I don't know more time with Maame Grace momunko. Omo say there be omo per Revelations this na ye start here. 3 weeks pe bishop ne say, "We show oni de me te ase." Nti na me person ka me members ne te ase. But as it is, no mo say ye show na mfiri wa omo ntua tight omo ntua hwe na me say fam show ti mi ho enye na me hu yanza me ye me show. This is the level. Who told you they don't know? A lot of these people, the other day omo say bishop bi ne na sofo call eyi e na o ka kire na sofo ne say the Adam and Eve story na wo Genesis na nyampa sofo ne ba ko firi wa na ofrem no say hey ma we need help no omo start say omo ba. Into what twin flames are supposed to do for you if you are watching me, whether you are Christian, Muslim, whatever you are. Now Muslim for one day because if there is a twin flame, I will be ascending. I would nipa for. Who is your twin flame? Who is your soulmate? And now I come and I watch it. I continue. The reason for the twin flame is simple, and let me explain with this analogy. Me person me example kakra bi. Na yadi bie ya dream say you can't twin flame. There's something called close, open and close. Close, open, close, close, open, close, open, close, open. There is something we call close and open. In the higher realm, the spirit is together. That is what we call close. Then the spirit decide to move to a lower realm to learn. Now fe was started here na dream say obe split it. And when I be friend say open. Why not doing so best split? So it's split into 2 genders. Because Makato said Yankopon and nobody or genderless. And you split into 2 genders. That is what we call open. A split no. So it has to close again to become one. I'm telling you, and Bema bebre almost so worry, but na ye baako, omo lempe. Eno ni obre bebrebe saa na mba ni bebre to aye omo so omo aware omo na omo bre hwefie enan ba ko na ade akoka wonan no ho no enye wonan a enti waware de enso wo lempe. You go through pains obi so ni klut na wo se be kafra mo fa ncheme wagimi e wa asase su nyina ensembon even ya che de kura so ni obi da wo mpem ba be ma na still with no. This is how twin flame work. Obia twin flame no ana soulmate ni ye adwuma wo no so no eya omo tai ka so be ma na gimi Sabi, I continue. These two meet in the lower plane and reconnect to gain the power they had in the higher realm. That is close and open. Intino se obi waba asasi su bia no oye this gender no the other gender. Nenu enana omo try to depict in the Garden of Eden. Say onyankopon yiwe infin or the bo person ochira we say God is genderless. Inti Eve not Adam. And now like they splitted all of them until you see a koyi ni wo mu because na neti ensan ye. Nyankopon tete neti from bo Eve no koyi wo bi mu. It's a coded word. How to decode it na abeye problem. Bebre edi amayen. Then they ascend. What you say? Inti wiase na ye wona kasa automatically no ascension ye part of us. Say ye to me hu niama eti niama si ye a anka say ye papa ye bone say akonsu ho say akonsu ni ho anka no ye the easiest way ye connect pum na ye fu na hwem na ye connect ni ye ko nti bra na mo bre bebrebe mo ku ntokwa mo ku mo ho wodan ho kokota because of a dying because of maintenance no be ma ne yire wo ho obi ase ojaya aware wona wo su ojaya aware akọ nansu pain na wo mu wo pesa wo side the opposite side. It is because of these things sankomo kan asem we nkire yen e wo asore e wo mosque ho e na ye hu ya ka ye bete ye purpose ase. All these things are done or known when you have your full consciousness. Ti omo ankasa omo kan asem bi o omo say nipa ye bone wo Garden of Eden no we bone be kwan be da Nyankopon ni nipa ntam na kwan so be da oba ne kunu ni ntam. This is what I'm telling you. Twin flame issues. Aye di we na to nchen ye se mfaso bie ni so e na ye dwi ye ho ne ye kọ ya ma nipa akonsuwe ebiebie fraternity sama yen e na omu ruli e na bibiara be say yen connection back to the origin no omo say no na we yes obeka so a. I continue. So the twin flames are just two avatar bodies. Say you ka twin flame a nipa baako e na wa like I said open was split into you are here with these two avatar bodies because we are saying no gender no and ejuma. So you have to meet your other flame na more close say amabeye baako no then you are able to ascend. It is almost what God has put together. Let no man put ascender. And ya sorry them one muko jina na muka ewie amu ascender mo. This is what the Bible is actually talking about. Now wahu eya ehu asem no mo betro they say the truth no wo but no more quoting with bibi tio. You come to this earth with one spirit na more split it into two. Because of here, so that you are able to emerge together, not more ascending. But here the Bible so account what God has put together, let no man put ascender. So when ni na ascender ni wom, ascension na be your problem, mama ye. You can't we ni afani easy, na you afani tra. What is the marriage of twin flames? And no me be chire mu. Abe and also another thing. Omo claim say omo so omo atisa message we ase no. Wa ware na ta wote wona ko hu twin flame at stay. So won ware na hu twin flame no na so wa ware you still have to stay because ebinum de ewu mo asan baba me be kire mu the mysteries, the serious aspect of it. Marriage was not intended. Maka. You were not created to be locked in marriage with anyone. I am not saying you go and divorce your partner or don't get married. No. Asam eya neto de bia ya me yasa me kan asam na ebi mpo minim say your credit no mu ni o omo nto omobo no mu ntia asam ni wie oso asam ni finfini ha no de nam no ni ma chiro nti no obechiro obe sisai say ono an gale obegu ni ho ani mase e wo page ni so. Na marriage no is just a contract. It's just like niyama na e wa ha ni bi enye the reason why we are here. Sami ken wo so wonti ase a me kan me jankramofo ne omo kekan because omo de omo nti ase kra they will listen. If they won't listen they will move but KRYSTOS no be attack you nti na me kan na me de aba ho no se aware e na manipa aware nti na nipa ba wi ase a ye se Deborah wanware wanwo ana meboa ana Deborah no wokunu e wo Bible mu no so sa na wo ye judge na no nya judge ye wo problem o. I continue. It is a system and it has been fit into our society to function. I endorse marriage. Me, you know me. If I have children, it means I am in it. Minimum in any womb. Me see two flame. I me see. But baby, I could do no. You suffer to get there. Ebinum back because not because of our counsel. Ebinum back just because they want to crash with their twin flame, so they are able to do greater things. I am not condemning marriage, but I endorse it. I'm not saying leave your partners. I have married. So this is not to say that marriage should not happen. I am only teaching you a deeper truth. Marriage was instituted by an intelligent alien race to do two major things to them. Aware no me condemn but me can no kure bi pa e wo ho de akire. Enya aware nti na wo wiase. Wonfa aware so nko heaven, wona wo so wo heaven mi de binim. Na aware ni main purpose no eno na me bubu mu a me de kire wo no. Na aware no ye enkrofo ye o ma hyehyɛ religion ni ade ama ye bi. And almost so say aware no ma yen na almost say aware ne ma yen because of niama mienu na no na me be bubu mu no. 1, to inject other dimensional beings DNA into the humans. Omo pese medical aka kiro say enkrofo ni bebre wo ho a omo blood aye altered ye the other ntina me kiro no a gene of Isis. What you say obetumi aka generation a gene of hwan generation ye nyankopon generation ti generation every hin nyankopon no wabo ni wiase hwan generation na hwan generation aden gene of Isis e dey no ye start biom e wo wiase omo se sa ye nyina kogu garden omo se sa Adam and Eve kogu garden of Eden mu na omo wu Cain ni Abel na Cain ekun ni nua Abel. Cain get out of the place and still got a woman to marry. Until no, what was happening there? Nipa na kwa ware no free no obi say ni nua ne papa na womba na okọ no de na omukọ. There were people nipa na ye use omo until we've been used. The reason we have goons among us ebi mo ha omomoja no soronko se wusua de ekọ akira na obehu se Cain moja no na efiri baabi na Abel su moja no na efiri baabi nti nipa wo ho dada na Adam and Eve ni ye obi ni generation ana ni hybrid o person o create no no de starting wo mo so enkyere se omo no mo ye nipa edi kan a ebe awiase nti first one no nipa bi na ye o madwen so mbeka nipa bi abom no me se wahu se ye hwe obia waware a wawo miensan nan no omo koye din en ankasem kese besi Ghana because bebre enye mema ne ba na enye ma ni nyina so na akogbo adwaman bebre sa dae na wo so ye se wo ni obi da no wanyem awo batu kunu wo hontu di ahye no we asem adakru bi no ye beka into this is why these aliens and intelligent aliens no organize marriage e de be she nipa adwuni mu anam de be she nipa system mu na yenso ye di so a enda be ye ewudi a ekum yen ese nipa ne bebre. Number 2 sunie to confuse the intuitional tracking of twin souls from meeting to attain ascension. Another thing sunie me say nkrofo we aye omadwene so omo maye nkoye original source da enye nyankopon obeka se na nyankopon so te ho ye den hwe wabo bibia awie and he is a principal God ti bibia ye adwuma se de tie nti no salvation is individual wo na se wo ye wo hu adwuma nti this is it nti marriage pa mumiendi nokre dwuma edidi yen so oba ade ne boy ya nke be say men kan tem so oba Adam and Eve that story is from somebody's generation, somebody creating a hybrid. I continue. Why species interbreed with us? One medical ye kraken of marriage ye won crofo ni bi wo hokra ukoware omo na ni omo wa nti ubehwe ye tete bire ni mu. All these things have been there ye tete bire ni mu no omo say we ye tribe we ya enkoware tribe we. Sa time no na how many children na who say ya wo omo ye autism da. Who bi enye ye dia. Sa family we men kwaware we ekuro ba kunum kura mo say men kwaware we ebusuya tribe no so omo se me enkware. They didn't want us to interbreed. No be a person owo ne oye ne original line. Up till now no Jewfo ne de omo kitemu twetwe. Omo nware abonten. Efe na ebi no mu pipie fi ma omo mpo ne omo se omo nhwe da anye Jewfo papa. Ncha de nti na other species epese omo interbreeding with us as humans. You may ask why intelligent alien species would want to put their DNA into humans. Inti metre nusumu kakra. Me fe ntumirika bebre meto mebo said ya metumi achechire mu abubu mu e de ama say meto aso pa meto aso. And why would they want to confuse human twin flame from the meeting? And also another question. Say ubisa adentina aliens no mbepese omo di omo genes omo wasoro ho omo ye very intelligent omo ye say aden omo bepese omo di omo genes ana omo wey e de be hye nipa mu de sa na wo beka obi so beka say inti no adentina omo stop it to inflame from happening abusuya ewiase ne yatim no yen ya jeja ye ho na ya programmed na yen ye ya dwen so say ye beko ye chi na yatim bia no our comfort zone is comfortable for what nti yete ha na ye proko na ye seiko. I continue. There are species that for billions of years are technologically advanced than humans. I want us to understand this. Medical actually the enti nipa yes special than all these powerful entities you omotete omo planes aha ye dia ye ne yete ha ye ne ye rule ha ye ne ye reni wa ha ye ne ye di ha so bibi bia e pese apia wa ha bia e hye nipa nan ase. They have everything beyond us. Our latest technology is like the village to them. Yeah, say ye hu kra ye hye no omo no inform hu wo mo higher planes na omo eti ho no. They have ability to do so many things. So why would they envy humans? Where your question na obi bebisa because in crofo na omo dwane ko angels so say omo no mbe solve omo problems. Omo dwane ko deities wo nti no oka bibia they will ask this nti ye beto ye bo na ya kire we mu nyina mu. The human spirit is the only species that is exactly like the created source of energy. Ehana ya na awreku bi abehye mekra so because nipa ehu ne ho se oye nothing. Ya fa hwia ma wiase na ye fa hwe sonko hye wadamudi wasoro wo wantaban adamudi eben esoro yifa na Maame to aso. The human beings have a power fire of creation inside of them. Bibia sa nkrofo we be ye ewo nipam. Just that you lowered your consciousness so you are able to pass through the portal of a woman to come here. And when you get here, because you lowered it, into now why you akola refi. So as you grow, no, and I can say we vibrate with your consciousness in the kosuru na fe we hu. But all these obstacles from these archons and these fallen angels. And now, Oma a prepare niyama eso ye ni e de ama ye. Enti no ye said ye hu wahana ne ye pe wahano eno ano no ba me bisa wo aso de obi wo atimi age ne nkwada. Why na ewu pa ye say yahwe ne dan owo hu nti wantumi ewu. Ehe na obekọ. Obi eni ho de hwe ko. There is a mission, there is a purpose. Enu na esa ankrankra bia eyire ne ho se obehwehwe. We be say na omo tesoro omo de yen den yen ye powerful ankasa se yetumi hu ye ho a yen pe ne ni nyankopon ese the omo kan o Genesis for that one day is true. A human being can create anything with his energy. Anything ye create nipa bibi. Tell me artificial intelligence na mu hu ne keke ka hu ni nyina enye nipa na create ye. Tell me at the corner who food say we are say nipa to me and create Elon Musk niama or ye cars ni all the beautiful and strange and mysterious things are who we are see. Enye nipa na create here. That is the power of a man. That is a power of human. But nipa nkasa elusu ne ho. Nti bibia mponcha da anye important no. Human beings are the only species that can practice self-attention and use that to power their energy. Wow. I'm telling you this with every confidence. You can do everything without angel, without Jesus, without God, without way. There's a sermon I have written that I will preach. You think Jesus has sacrificed everything for you? Are you sure? Do you see Jesus in your troubles? One kwajuma, Jesus may chop money mawana. It is you who has sacrificed everything. Wo energy a wo betumi die create bibia, wo na ma wo self attention. Ni ebi mpo ndro ye ho. Ono ankasa, ohun ne ho se oye useless. Oni nipa na ankasa ote wo no. Ohun ne ho se oye obi. Nti de bia osu, de bia o complain. Wo e na wo betumi ama wo self attention. Na wetumi create niama with the energy that is in you. Saying a nipa ehu ne ho. Eya na ya rehosem. Cause ya ka kire say wuntumi nya hwe yetimi aka kire say wo ma mekuraku aware egu ntusu aware ebegu e na wo da ho na de bia na wusu. Give yourself attention because anything na wo the attention at the man no na manifest no. So when you give yourself all the power in you no attention it will manifest and create a lot of things for you yourself. Let me explain. Imagine a car that can produce its own fuel and everything it needs to operate directly from itself. And in addition, can produce not only another car, but anything at all from within itself. Se car wo ho pass see eno na eto fuel, eno na ye ni bibia, eno na ye bibia ka no afo se car na e dem progress e na enko e betumi aye adwuma because onyi sika ento fuel, onto oil, on change hwe, eno na ye bibia ma no ho, obetumi aye bibia. That is human beings. That is human beings. So send a nipa kura hu ne ho. Because Bible kura can't say onipa kura ne ho anye onyankopon ani kokko no. Aya no mo de no kura bi atomo. Ba se be ye nipa ebeto ne bo ate ase e na ye asem no. Yes, there are species more advanced, but all of them cannot operate outside the written rules. And you nipa pen or what they will. They have consciousness all right, but they have rules and regulations. Or see so run free so brassier, and so be a run free so brassier. A ria, o bonnet do some day a fiocco, nana jumbra, a rianable, a day we na omungina, they are working based on rules and regulations. It is only nipa daseni, and a way like a demand what abusing I and hope poto. Ama ade aya bonu so ombe disono, ade nu e diniso. Aden bisa wo ho aden they can't give attention to themselves unless their attention comes from outside. All these deities na mo kan say wo ankosom na wo ankofre angel na ono wo he. Human alone can worship themselves to empower their creative energies. When na ya meja no weja no ho ato ombu ni kunu mbu ne yere ote asore dem ye nyamesompa keka nanim etire nyamesompa nso onimu ahoden enre ya na yesi bishop oba bi asore dem wesi no say wadada omo na nkrofo nso omo ji omusika this era asase na nkasa be redeem no ho enye obi ya na ode ne bone ebe redeem asase ne ba asase na nkasa ebe redeem no ho. That is why all gods prohibit and forbid their followers from worshiping any other apart from them. Any other apart from them. We from Genesis. Ekosimen sum nyame fufuro bia anka me ho. Nyame fufuro ben. So we are supreme being. Now why are you warning me not to sum nyame fufuro bi? Mimi nyame so fufuro bi. So we are creator na ona obo nyame fufuro. Why are you now telling me say on person me sum nyame fufuro bi akoye? E no kire we say enye supreme being no. Ni doings no enye ni rules enye ni regulations you be entity be and all instigating way e dey atu nipa adwin ka. Why would you tell me I should not worship any other god? Because your attention is what they need to be relevant, but who nipa your attention is within you. You can give yourself attention. They give themselves attention. They go to spa to treat themselves. Woman who attention. Now what na play mu. Now what koto niama. Me mama who attention. Me nye juma ba akubi ewia. Meto wiga she. Na maton pabwa papa. Matata ade papa. Me mama who attention. So I am able to do more things. I tell you, a lot of people watch this show. I am entire the shame. Ebi ya me wig shame. Ebi ya setup no attention. Uma wo ho attention na wo energy skosoro na watumi create bibi wadwea ma waye depressed e ma wontumi kura enhwe wo ho chese wo free nipam because of the edi unya na so ade edi unya bia wo betumi raise wo ho na watumi deal with that thing na wotena ho esua ama wura fi ho onipa fefefe waye se to sa e na wusi ho. Human alone can worship themselves. That is why all gods almost say men so nyame foforo bi enfan ka me ho. Eno na maybe sa omo no. That's why the first commandment in the Bible says, you shall have no other gods before me. Exodus 20 verse 3. Na me na me kofa other gods me na me bo wiase. Say ye nyame supreme being na e kapa anka ye bisa ne sa asem wi. Other gods me ko hu no wen. Wo na wabo me wo pe na minim. Why are you coming to tell me not to serve other gods? If a wonkwa na wo ho, let us say we nye supreme being no, obi na ye hwanya. Religion forbids you from praising yourself, but I bet you to try this and see the progress. I'm telling you. Or say praise wo ho. But praise na wo ba kra so be maka to so ho ofa. Eye o de. Obe makra ne to den ne koko den. Ono kra okaten say you are handsome ne ho yefe na nije adenti na Bible beka to say me praise you religion beka to say don't praise yourself say me nko sheduku na me symmetry so chenchen your choice obi pe no yeah there is no problem but don't come and force me say me sheduku because I praise myself say man praise me ho na me ye cheko na me betena hanka me age kura obeka say me yi. Say, you people are confused about my age. You lady, I continue. When you wake up, when brushing your teeth, stand and look at yourself in the mirror and say these things. Adi amebe mawi. Me pese odi ya wo mantra. Odi start this thing for just 6 weeks. Kosi 6 months and tell me what will happen. We. And na ye free wo ni yese ko praise obi a wunhu. Ko praise dia wunhu so wo ho so oni ho nia wo praise ne no kora anu na ye supreme being no ana akona na aka angel bi na a fallen angel bi na na pampam a aye dandruff odi abesi wo say praise because wunhu na wo ye. And so wow self the wager wo ho start doing this. When you wake up and you are brushing, brush yourself in the mirror. That is why we have mirrors in a lot of places in our homes. So you see yourself and talk to yourself in it. So over to me starting to say, "Bibi sa say empire beni empire nebi niye. I am beautiful or I am handsome. I love me." You know what mention wo fieska. I have good things because they are mine. Eniyama papa ensi mabrabo so because no na ye media. I am grateful for life and my spirit. Honhom na ti wo no pagya no kosoro. Ono no kwa anajo. Oko other dimension no kwa ye greater negotiations for you. Eniyama pa abeto wan ko negotiate with a lower anything. Nti na wo bobra na eyeye no. Adwuma ba ko na mu nyina mo ye. Wo de na sika ka ho. Store na he na wabie. Sika se na ade ahye ma ahye. Obi de wo table so wa wo 5 years. How do you understand this? How do you balance this? Say this thing to yourself. I thank myself for seeing me through difficult situations. Tell your spirit. Because the spirit will all battles and win. I am a statistician. Say I am the biggest. We are. Say all those things are mantras. Say them to yourself and see. And you'll be mantra or not discover all kind of internet. So now praise your own self. And see because nyankopon befa wa ye bibi kura on pe lesser being bia no de ayehwe. I continue. I'm going to work because I am sacrificing for myself. I love myself. Put your name there and use the tithe you will use for church to do something special for yourself. Tithe no fakwa Chinese. Bosom so afakwa Chinese na ko the soul no na drive o mechanism. Ema wo ye adwuma bebre. It is if there is anything tighter, it is for the soul. Go and buy proper wigs. Buy Bohemian. Me see my omufa Indian foreign tractor. Ne chow mu yino mu tri towo mu ani so. Pamper yourself. Na jai se wusu wundi aduane mpo enam woso. Na wo pese wo ko show off wa sorry honom. Asam tu we hu obi wo ho. I continue. Na ka kira wo say you are special. use that tight no fato bibi pabidi. That is why you may asemi am beka minim say be ya asamba meka. That is why you praise the gods. Fapino branim na fa high finche. You raise them. You raise the gods when you decide to praise them. Your personal raise, you what the personality no e the raise enyame no. But you can actually praise your own self and raise yourself up instead of praising the gods and ask them willingly to bless you. Why would you want to praise you or movie and I was not catching so be less or move from? Hey, do you really understand everything you are doing? Ask questions. Why what do one work on? Who praise you? Oh, Musuri, and I catch from so they should bless you. You praise or you raise the gods and beg them to make you lesser than them. In your money, why can Mumma investigate you? Mumma investigate what? A babu. The BIA started spiritual. I said, I believed you. I said, I believed you. I tell you, I believed you. I do not bless you. You can't be lesser than anything that you are higher than. If you will understand these things. Mind you, they cannot make you less unless you ask them to. Wona obeka omuntu mi mba so mba okitu. Wona obeka kire mo say, "Oh, ye praise you, ye kese na be ye meketewa na me nsomo." Hey. Ask yourself if this is from the creator or the supreme being. So they lie to you that to ask to bless is better. And you have been programming these intelligence beings who call themselves gods to make you and your family lesser than them. Wo na wo de wo ho akọ. Wa who say ye the second year you obi so say mo mesin kwa asori da. Wa na wo e wa na wo ma wo nsa so. E na wo de wo kra no wo de che. E na wa force wo ma so se onko asori kra. Wa san atwe no na wo de na kosi wo. E na wo praise na fe de wo be less. Wo ask for. I continue. Ask yourself, they, the gods created you. Bisa wo so nyame we mu omo no mo bo. Omo no mo bo wa na. Bisa wo. Question so you can write your omo no mo bo. Why should you now ask them to make you cheap and less? Omo no mo bo. Ada nyame ben pa na wo so say supreme being or wo he. Ehifa no ka asasem we kire o se kasa ansem we na fa ye wo ho ketewa moma ye investigate ye bibi foforo me say that me release the three other episode of the Archons no and it is obi ticket ma me ko America na o ma abo wo mechi na me hwese unbalance ansamaba. They should have created you like that or just do say e omo na omo bo wo na omo pese wo so mo a nka ese omo fengu mu nti na nka mansotwe bi eni ho tu sorry ana wosum ko ade nti na so obi no be ka kire wansa wako akosom. How is this so? Why do they need your constant permission to even make you less? Ade nti na de bia tito bless me and bless me ade nti ya so omo no omo bo wa de omo de obeye bi omo de obeye bibia is programmed inside of you. You don't need to beg for anybody to do anything for you. Asempao mama yemfa nyama we nkwa adwindimo na baby aye pim kone de anode. It means you are the ignorant boss who is unaware of your power. So they lie to you to sign your check for them. This is it. We are ignorant. Me na me catch you. Anything at all can eat you up. Jina ho na kasa we sheep. Jina ho kasa we sheep. Do this for 1 year and call me to tell me your testimony. Me say chances asem wa me de ma wo no. Wo de amaka catch on I am beautiful, I am powerful. Even Revelation platform has a mantra. Spiritual Hour has a mantra. You just chant this for 6 months and see wow life and crop na chant and no more testimonies na ba. How then na won praise you ho na be praise you obi. No. You can't do that. Inti makacho say yes I dey wait for 1 year. Na she the baba we have been given this power and they want it by force. Inti adwene no na omu play adwene no omu play this when we come in our human avatar into earth we forget who we are makacho because you lower the intelligence and the vibrations and the consciousness before you can come. These intelligent species do not want us to remember who we are. The icons, everything you are worshiping is part. You see, Adam may the other part of icons. They don't want us to wake up on earth because we will be higher than them when we do. And that is why they have been working to prevent since the beginning of our manifestation on earth. Yedi embedru ha pam and almost started so mo ye hu adwuma. Sankrofo we. Ye be mo disappointing the supreme being in big time. Say supreme being feel say ye na ye failure. Ye be ma we hu say we fail ono failure omo big time until they touch base with the twin flame. That is enu na nke ye free. Ka oni ni bomu pe pa problem bi eni wo che pa ascend wo sankrofo we omo plan ni bi nie. So one of their ways of distracting us is by giving us hybrid species to marry. You know akofa ne de no de marry. Chese why you have into be lempe na reho na low vibrations akọ. Me say aware ni bi wo kwa. Chese wo hwemu a nti wo be bisa nti asam kitikiti nti na wo kwi. Nti omu ye create hybrid no mama we hia we no aware na ye nso ya so odin de kwan na ye na nanom fa so ware no ebusuan we men ware tribe we men ye bu ye no aguso because of this hybrid in the name of Jesus na ye ware ko na ware ni gu na efie ni mu tete na nkola anum sei. I'm telling you say aware ni bi wo akra sankrofo we o ma kan abomu wo soulmate na wo twin flame no obetumi aba na wawo no oba ya wo no na apɛ na papa na ewu ana so so wo na apɛ na wama na ewu because ensese ade we esi niama wo ho eniama wo ho na moma ye nto ye bo ase ne ye mbra fom ne nsue niama. So one of their ways of distracting us by giving us hybrid species no ma be ware yen. So that it is said that the first marriage was between a species from another star system and a human being. Medical catcher or that. Medical catcher. African for the omu yamobu bibia happy waha. Bibi biara happy waha. So bibi ni say that. Me nyan dream ye. Me nyan fama dream baso. Some people are married to alien hybrids and humans with Draco's DNA. There are abuses in such marriages. Some husbands love to create fear in their homes. I can do a full editorial on the result of the hybrid marriages another time. Mesha dana ma ye ha say. She aware bi wo ho antokwa na omo kunu eni tale. There are couples are omo ntumi ntena say 1 week without argument. They don't click, they don't agree. Me say this thing can go so high that obema no wono yire net won hu be sorry but woni ne koda wo climb be oba na wade na dum. These things are going on. Me take me time na ma ye this DNA thing no. And no na ema nkrofo wo sebe nkola yalefo ebi wo na obi ewu na awombe wo na eye wei me ye crack of marriage so wan hwe akohwe but me take me time na ma go deeper into this part na me de amaye nyina na yetie. That is why aliens are training us to accept living in harmony with them. Changing our DNA means two twin flames may likely never meet. The chances are too wide. And you know, omo create intermarriages no e de amaye na ye wo different species aye mix bad good. And you know nkwala no control omo kro omo control. Se wo ko hospital ko twimoja eye o positive anu bi no mo de bema ba ye ndwen kwa achi se nipa na me ne koda ne na kowo no. This is what I will give birth to. Sa ni na ye the doings of these entities, these intelligent aliens. They will make sure say the purpose, the main thing that is called marriage, the twin flame and the soulmate just so that it be difficult for you to go back to your origin or your source. They don't want us ever to gain our consciousness and go back. They don't want us to know ourselves as mankind. I know some people fall in love and want to take you to heaven. Adanu ya na enya malam na oba show no so no say wo ware wo yire no na ware ni yi a o kwa obetumi ne na koto aware ne so ho ono de ne ye hybrid o de ne yere no fi ha so kwa koto so ho eye no kure bi wasam na o kan ye ni mu na enya wo yire na wa be ware no if the person is your soulmate or your twin flame ono and na obetumi ne na bom like I told you close and open ube open no we close na one na kohia e wo ho no mo. Some religions also promise virgins in heaven ekramofo ya wunim me nka sam na ase mi twa ntro bi omo so so e wo ho unless these heavens where you are going to marry all these 27 virgins no are for Dracos and Archons. The real spirit higher realm, there is no personality to even want to marry. Into heaven dear working. This is simple no. Heaven dear one will be some to minka. There is no male or female. Emotions are one when you get to the higher realms. The twin flames become one and they ascend. That's the main reason why you can marry them. It's not about. I continue. Jesus said in the Bible that at the resurrection, people will neither marry nor be given in marriage because they will be like angels. They will be like angels. Ube to me who verse no. Matthew 22 verse 29. Yes, I when your spirit becomes one with your twin flame, that's the perfect one. And no you can your friend in marriage. And no ye ordained by the supreme being. In fact, and no ye yourself. And no nebema onaya ye mienu no wetumi adrane na wa ascende. Ma won lempe. Enkrofo bebre aware mema no ware omo bre, ma no ware omo bre is because you are limping. The leg you have fixed to help your other leg, they are not compatible. Intino, you are limping. Obeko swabre na obebra sinse de awobre. There is no individuality or men and women. So the higher realms doesn't know anything like that. And your resurrection means you now ascend from the lower plane where you were a human back to your original self where you were a pure spirit source. Waiting na ye twin flame ye body na ya splitting mienu miensa no enunti na ye bre ye hwehwe. Enti se ye ka marriage asema moma ye nto ye bo ne ye nkire nkrofo ni ye marriage na egu bebre no is because of this knowledge. We don't actually know. Next week we will talk about what happens if you don't get to meet your twin flame. Meto me bo pa na me bubum. What if someone has already married your twin flame or your twin flame is dead? And then I obey ye better ye bo so that ya ware wrong dada no ebe hu ne ye be ye se twin flame no we need to ya ni so no ni no wa ware dada so e kwan ye fa so. You cannot go and rape anybody because of twin flame. You cannot go and collect anybody's husband because of a twin flame. You cannot create that confusion. You cannot commit that sin. Enti no next week no God willing no ye beto so ne ya ka the part 2 of KRYSTOS of the twin flame. Jimmy descend when ye bibi wom wo comment ye welcome wo betumi so wo bibi wo in-depth knowledge about this so the platform is open. Just call 0244860092 ye be put your revelations platform so no wa be treat we. This is what is called marriage. And yes, a small book na mo de ato na mo so mo ye nkrofo counseling for 6 weeks for 6 months. They have called him kosi here our really good you people are nowhere to be found. It's because you don't understand what is called marriage. If we do, anka marriage ends so fast they are suffer no. Enam ne kwan so people are living with hybrids. Next week, God willing no, ye beto asa asem we so no be ehun the smoothness level. Macro.